Hello guys, 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 and welcome back to another ASMR story time. So, in today's story guys, I'm actually going to be telling you about my worst ever sleep paralysis, and I have actually told this story time before, but just not in any good detail. The quality was really low. Some of you may have saw that was quite a while ago. I think it was around 7 months ago, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this in soft spoken. My soft spoken, kind of like my normal voice, is kind of in between an ASMR soft spoken. It's a bit creepy because I can do this thing with my voice, which is pretty cool. I can make it like a croaky, which is perfect for the kind of spooky stories, you know. So yeah, if you go ahead and enjoy, please do not forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe with all bell notifications on. And yeah guys, let's begin, and I hope that you enjoy. Let's just dim the lights a little bit. So, this story time did actually take place back around, it's definitely been around 10, maybe 11 years ago now. So, at this time, I was pretty young, you know, pretty young. And it was a normal night. I can remember I was at my nan's and my mum finished work roughly around 6 PM, and then what she'd normally do is she'd normally come to my nan's. I'd have my tea and everything. My nan and granddad, they would look after me, you know, give me tea, and I'd watch maybe some films or play on like the PlayStation 2. So I remember my mum was late from work on this one night, and it was a pretty cold, windy, kind of murky, misty, like a groggy feel, like a grrr. It was like not a pleasant night, not a bright summer's night, nothing along the lines of those. It was a misty, just soggy night, you know, put you in kind of like a downer mood. So I remember my mum was late from work, and she got to my nan's to pick me up at roughly like 6:45, but normally she'd pick me up at like 6. So I can remember the whole time period of like my mom not picking me up to when she picked me up. I was kind of like starting to get upset, just because she'd never been normally this late. And you've got to take into consideration as well that I was young, and I'd start to get worried, and I'd always like, you know, want to be by my mom's side. So my mum picks me up. I was kind of like, Mum, where have you been? Where have you been? My nan and granddad, they were like, oh, where have you been? Where have you been? Like, saying their name, like, hey, was you alright? Like, with the traffic, much traffic getting back? Like, we thought something had happened to you. And she was like, oh, no. I just had to, you know, stay and do an extra, like, 10 minutes, and I was just chatting to some friends from work, and yeah, that's why I'm late. So, yeah, no need to worry, I was just fine, and I'm sorry I didn't call, because normally she'd call, you know. But anyways, she never called. I remember we stayed at my nan and granddad's for roughly like, I think it was like 15, maybe 20 minutes. We stayed there. My mum was just outside, you know, just talking with my nan, and I was just in the living room, just sitting there still on the game. So I can remember my mum comes in, and she's like, come on Isaac, it's time to go now. So my nan gave me like this bag, because throughout the day we'd like cook cakes and stuff after I finished school. So I had a few cakes. I showed my mum, like, Mum, look what I cooked today, you know, because I totally forgot about that when my mum turned up, because I was too busy like distracted on why she was back late. So she's like, oh, that's amazing, like, can I try one? And I'm like, yeah, you can try one. I give her one, and she tries it. She said, oh, that's nice. What type of cake is this? It tastes a bit like carrot cake. And I'm like, yeah, it's carrot cake. It's got like a whipped cream on the top, and it's got like a jam through the middle. And she's like, "Oh, is it? It tastes really nice." And I'm like, "Yeah, thank you." And then my nan goes on to say, like, talking as adults did then. Yeah, I don't really know what they were saying. I can't really remember that, but yeah, they was just talking, and then we're like 2 minutes, a few minutes go by, and say bye to my nan, say bye to my granddad, and my mum does the same. The wave was off. We go our separate direction. So I end up getting home, and it was still at this point storming. The storm had actually picked up quite heavily. It got pretty bad, The storm did get pretty bad, and yeah, it was just a murky night. Like, just picture this in your head while you're lying there, relaxing, about to fall asleep. Just picture this. So you're there, and it's windy. It's windy. You're lying down. You can hear that. On the windows. You've got your lights dimmed, like how we currently have them. The rain is falling down, as you can see on the window pane, but on the screen for you guys. It's cold, it's chilly, you're all snug in bed. That's what I'm kind of trying to describe to you guys currently right now. So that's what I was actually feeling at the time. So I remember, we get home, we go into the house. My mum does actually go upstairs, run me a bubble bath, because every time I come from my nan's I did always want a bath. That's just what I wanted when I was younger, I kind of miss them things, thinking about it now. Looking back, I really do miss them things. It's the little things that mean the most. Just thinking about it, Nothing too big, just the little things, and as you grow older, you start not to really care about the little things, and when you do think and reflect back, it gives you a nostalgic feeling. I could be bringing some memories back right now, which hopefully is very positive, and it can help you relax too. But yeah, I was kind of heading back onto the track now to tell you the rest of the story. The bubble bath does actually finish getting done, and it's roughly been around 20 minutes, because we had like these old taps at the time, which would be like, and they'd be like really quick, like squeaky. It was really old taps. Don't have them anymore. But yeah, they'd be like really hard to turn on. And as soon as you turn the tap, you could just hear the water chuck out like. You could hear it from both sides. You could hear it from the left hand side, but the right for you is like. And the right hand side. The water would always be really murky and misty when you turn the taps on first. I think it might be because like the piping was old, or even the taps were old, or I don't exactly know. But you'd always have to let the taps run for maybe like 2 to 5 minutes, just for that murkiness to go away. So I remember, that's what I could always remember just thinking back, telling you guys this story right now is bringing me back so many memories. But yeah, so the bath did actually get finished up, as I said, and I remember I'm in my room, I'm just getting undressed, I go in the bath, I'm just in the bath, chilling, everything's going well, I'm just vibing as a kid, playing with them little things that you play with, just, washing yourself. Start off just wetting the hair, then we'd move on to the shampoo, wash that off, leave it 5 minutes, put the conditioner on, and yeah, once I finished the bath, I'd then wash all the conditioner out, and we'd be done. So at this time, I can remember, after I had my supper, after I had my drink, my tea, it come to around like maybe 10 o'clock at night. So I can remember my mum puts me to bed, and I used to have like this really old metal bunk bed, and it used to really squeak a lot. It used to be like a double bunk bed at the bottom and a single at the top, but it was just mine. I don't know why I had like 3 beds in my room, just for me, but that's just how it was. So I can remember, I always used to like stay on the bottom bunk, because I always used to be scared about staying on the top bunk. I don't know what it was, not gonna lie. I don't know if you can see, but I've got goosebumps literally telling you this story because I know what's coming. Yeah, just a little warning. It might get a little bit, eerie, maybe spooky. But yeah, if you don't want to watch any further, you can click off the video now. But that's just to give you a little warning. I always used to sleep on the bottom bunk. I never used to sleep on the top. I don't know why, there was just a really eerie feeling about me just staying on the top bunk. And I had one of these things that would go over the sides from the one side to the other side, just so I couldn't actually look over because I'd get pretty scared. And that was on the top bunk, but I still never used to stay up there, even though that thing was going over. I just used to not like it. So I always used to stay on the bottom bunk. And this night, I can remember, I was just laying there looking to the corner of my room, and like I could see kind of like a figure, which was weird. So I thought nothing of it, and I literally rolled over and turned and faced the wall. And I put the blanket over my head. I can remember I was going to sleep. So I can remember, I didn't know if I was asleep or awake at this moment in time. But all I can remember is like, okay, this is where the goosebumps do start to appear. I'm just saying. So I can remember, like, waking up out of nowhere, literally just waking up. I can remember, as I said, my eyes shut open, and it felt like I was asleep, but I was awake at the same time. It's like an in-between. And on my bed, okay, I'm gonna have to stop telling this story a minute. So, back to what I was saying. So, there'd be 4 corners to a bunk bed, as most of you would know, unless it's like a 3-something bunk bed, I don't know. There's a post at the bottom, post there, in line with each other, then there's 2 behind or wherever they are, just to hold the top bunk up. So I'd be on the bottom bunk, there was the 4 posts. And I can remember, as soon as my eyes shut open, I tried to kind of move, but I couldn't move. So this is kind of where I got freaked out, but at the same time I couldn't get too freaked out, because I didn't exactly know what was going on. So I can remember, I try and because you're lying on your back, your head's on your pillow, and I did later learn that lying on your back can make you have very vivid, clear dreams. It's easy to access all your dream realm or whatever when you're lying on your back. And I always used to when I was young, but now I've kind of stopped lying on my back, just because every time I lie on my back I do actually have a dream. I'm not even gonna lie. I've done tests of it, and yeah, family of mine I've told them about it, they've tried it, they've said exactly the same thing. If it didn't happen the first time, it does tend to happen, when they do lie on the back, I don't know, and it just makes them kind of remember more things of their dreams. Everything might be different for you though, but that's what happened to me. So anyways, I can remember I'm lying down, just as you lie in bed normally, and I look down to the bottom of my bed to see if anything had changed, see if anything is the same. And I can remember there was this woman with literally not no eyes, but it was white, imagine, okay, so imagine, some sort of figure, but you can't actually make out what it is, but you can make out that it's a person, and you can make out if it's either a man, a woman, or something that looks like that. It's either a man or it's either a woman. You can make out one of them two things. So yeah, you could kind of tell by the face, the hair, the way they are, and just the way they're doing things, So back then, I picked up straight away that it was some sort of girl, woman, but I could not see their eyes, their pupils. It was just a white. So I kind of start to get freaked out by something that it said. I can't exactly remember what the figure said or did something. But remember, this is all happening so quick. While I'm noticing this, I'm yet again getting goosebumps, trying to move. I'm kind of starting to panic in a way. But then out of nowhere, I can remember trying to lift up. And this is the bit where I think I was in between perfectly. So I remember lifting up and actually coming out of not my body, but it was I could look at myself with my my spirit, or I don't know what it was, an out of body experience. Some people say it was lucid dreaming, some people say it's just sleep paralysis on an over exaggerated scale. Still to this day, I can't make it, or I can't explain what it was, because it's just so different. And at this point, I would be next to that figure, that girl that I brought up in the story. I'd be next to it, and I can remember looking at it. And I can remember looking at her, and she opening her eyes wider. And this was the point where I kind of I'm running, but I'm running slowly in a tunnel. It was a tunnel back to my body in my bed, which I could see. So I was running towards it, back through this tunnel towards my body, but I wasn't moving anywhere. And this figure was literally just laughing at me, the whole time, just laughing, smiling. And I kept looking to it, saying, "Stop, stop, please stop." So then out of nowhere, I just keep going and try to block it out, try to not look behind, but I'm still kind of shivering in my boots at this point, even though I didn't have any boots or anything on. And then at this point, I do actually get back into myself, and I'm still just looking forward. And then out of nowhere, I can remember this figure come close to me. Literally, yeah, close to me. At this point where the figures come close to me, I do just remember jolting, and I just wake up. And at this is the point where I scream. I'm like, "Mom, Mom, Mom." I'm screaming my mom, my mom. My mom literally, she's like, what is it, in a croaky way, because she's I've obviously woke her up. She runs into my room, dun 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 dun. She gets into my room. She's like, what is it? Why are you showing me this early in the morning? And she's like, oh, it's 1 a.m. And I'm like, Mom, I've had a dream. And this is where I just start bursting out crying. Thinking back at it now, it's pretty funny. telling this story, but then yeah, it's just weird. So I remember I burst out crying, and then basically my mum, she like comforts me or whatnot. She takes me to her room. Next day rolls around, and yeah, I just go along with my day as normal. But then I can remember as I got older, I think I must have been like maybe early teens now, and I watched a film. I don't know if you've ever watched this film. It's called Tomb Raider. It's basically like this girl, you know, when she goes to like uncharted places, discovers things. She's kind of like what do you call it, like an explorer. Pretty good game as well, that is Tomb Raider. It's kind of like Tomb Raider, you know. And I can remember watching one of these movies, and the woman from the movie, this is one thing I've always remembered so clearly. That woman from that movie, right, that was the same like, I'm gonna sound crazy saying this, but this was the same woman who was in that sleep paralysis dream. Swear to God. So every time I watch that movie, I do kind of get a bit freaked out, because it's like I've saw, you know, that, and then I'm seeing it all the time whilst watching the movie. It's just something weird. But yeah, I just thought I'd tell you that. Maybe some of you have, you know, some similar experiences that you could that you could, you know, tell me about in the comments. If you do, I would love to read them. If you have any like in-depth stories, or like why this could have happened to me, or something along the lines, let me know in the comments, or, you know, add me on Snapchat or DM me on Instagram. But yeah, I thought I'd just tell you this story. Comment your stories in the comment section. Comment them down below. And yeah, I just thought I'd do this in a soft spoken, because it's more like spookier. But yeah, guys, if you actually did enjoy this story time, I want you to leave a like on the video. Leave a like. Comment down below. Subscribe. Turn all bell notifications on so you get notified every time I post a new ASMR video. And yeah, guys, I love you all. Thank you all for the support. Have a great day, night, evening, wherever you are. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you for the support. We're coming upon 50k, which I really do appreciate. That all the support that you guys show me is just a godsend. So yeah, thank you all. I really do appreciate every single one of you, and you. And yeah, enough waffling from me. And yeah, get to sleep.